So as in the last video we have discussed about the fourth A group elements. So today we are going to discuss about the fifth A group elements, as you can see here. Alright, so fifth A group is also known as nitrogen family. So first of all I'm going to write here what we will be studying today. We would be studying today fifth A group. So fifth A group, which is also known as nitrogen family, known as nitrogen family. All right, as nitrogen family. All right, so fifth A group is also known as a high nitrogen family. As I told you, the group they'll be belonging to, they'll be having those electrons in their outermost shell. So before going towards that, I want to tell you people that what elements are involved in the fifth A group. All right, so for the trick for learning the for fifth A group elements is नाना पाटेकर ऐश्वर्या सब बीमार हो गए. All right, so we are going to write this here. We have nitrogen first. I'm going to change the color now. Nitrogen. This is the first element. Second we have phosphorus. Phosphorus. So third we have arsenic. Alright, fourth we have, as you can see here, nitrogen. Wait, let me change the color and take care. Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic. Now we have antimony. Alright, so let me write here down antimony.
Do you have?
Alright, so fifth we have bismuth. And last element of this group is moscovium. Alright, now let's see their representations, like how they are represented, with what symbols they are represented. As nitrogen is represented with N. So wait, let me make here the arrows. Alright, so now I am going to write their symbols. So nitrogen symbol we have N, as you can see here, nitrogen symbol N. Then phosphorus symbol we do have P. Then we have arsenic and its symbol is AS. Alright, AS. Then we have antimony and its symbol is S, capital S and small b. Capital S, small b. Then we have bismuth and bismuth symbol, as you can see here, Bi. Then we have capital M and C for the moscovium. So Bi for the bismuth. Sorry, I have to change the color. Alright, Bi, capital B and small I for the bismuth, and capital M and small c for the moscovium. And these are all known as what? These are all symbols for the fifth A group elements. So these are all symbols. Now let's see like how many shells do they have. Like as I told you before as well, they'll be having the shells according to their periods. Like nitrogen is in the second period, so nitrogen will be having two shells. So let's see the structure of nitrogen so that it can be more clear to you. So structure, wait, we'll be going with two elements, all right, so that shell concept can be clear to you. Structure of first two elements of the fifth A group. Elements. So firstly we are having nitrogen, all right, so I am going to make here the structure of nitrogen. And nitrogen has atomic number of 7. All right, we'll be going with the atomic numbers as well. So it has atomic number of 7. All right, so let me make the shells structure of nephron. So here I'm going to make, this is the nucleus I do have, this is the first shell, and as I told you this is in the second period, so it will have two shells. All right, so this is the nucleus. In the first shell we know that there are always two electrons. All right, so one is here, two is here, because we know that the electronic configuration, here I am going to write. All right, we do have 2 in the first shell, then we do have 8 in the second shell, then again we do have 8, then 18, then 18, then 32. All right, so this is the electronic configuration. According to this configuration, the electrons are set in the shells. So 2 are in the first shell, then we have to add 8 in the second shell. But here 7 minus 2 is 5, and now 5 electrons are left. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. As you can see here, 5 electrons are there in the outermost shell. So I can write here it has two shells, first and second, since it belongs to the second period, that's why. And it has 5 valence electrons. Valence electrons in its valence shell. As I told you about the valence electrons and valence shells in the last video as well. Alright, so it has 5 valence electrons which are present in the valence shell. So fifth A group will have 5 electrons in its valence shell. All elements of the fifth A group will have 5 electrons in its outermost shell or in its valence shell. Alright, so we have seen the structure of nitrogen here. Now we are going to check the structure of phosphorus. So I am going to make here structure of phosphorus. Phosphorus, which is represented with the symbol P. Alright, so it has an atomic number of, wait, let me check here what's the atomic number of phosphorus. It's 15. All right, so it's 15. So now I'm going to make the structure of phosphorus as I made the structure of nitrogen. All right, so this is the nucleus I have, this is the first shell, this is the second shell. But phosphorus will have 3 shells since it belongs to the third period. As you can see here, first period, second period, third period. So phosphorus belongs to the third period, so it will have 3 shells. So 1, 2, and now it is 3. All right, so this is the nucleus. In the first shell we have 2 electrons, so we have written. In the second shell we have 8 electrons, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 2, 10, and 15 minus 10 is 5. 5 are left. So 5 will be in its outermost shell. 1, 3, 4, 5. As you can see here, it has 3 shells. Wait. Since it belongs to the third periods, that's why it has 3 shells and it has 5 electrons in its outermost shell. As I told you, all elements of the fifth A group will have 5 electrons in their valence shell or in their outermost shell. So it has 5 electrons in its outermost shell. So this was all for today. In the next video, we'll be going with the sixth A group elements.